Hey guys, Turret Repair bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Bocage. Play for today spawning in the south. We have Nier.2 playing as Ostheer, who has Lightning War, Assault Support, and Blitzkrieg. Base offensive from the north. We have Ender playing as Soviets, who has Defensive, Mechanized Support, and Armored Assault. In terms of rankings here, Nier are in the mid-40s and Ender in the mid-80s. No MG42 start for Nier, by the way. Ender going for the second combat engineer a little bit earlier. Combat engineer should be able to win that 2-on-1. Few skirmishes around the cover. Conscript's repositioning now though. Combat engineers are winning. And the cap's going to get jammed as well, so he has to give up on that muni point. The Grenadiers coming across from that cover. Doing well over here. Conscript's coming in, maybe on a look for a cut-off play. Maybe at this stage Ender would have the read that he's up against a no MG42 start. Just the number of Grenadiers he's seen on the field would suggest that amount. So, you know, quite often when you're playing, you're quite scared. You're like, oh, where's the MG42 coming? Is it going to be here? Is it going to be here? And you're a bit more tentative. But once you realise, no MG42, start to let it rip a bit more on the conscripts. But good play here, Ender. Able to win these skirmishes. Getting, you know, maybe slightly fortunate RNG as well, but yeah, good engagements. Got some healing in the build now for Nier. This Grenadier is very low in health. By going for this though, you know, delaying the tier 2 tech structure coming down, but at the same time, because of the fuel cutoff, 222 would come quite late anyway.
Bunker is now a field hospital. We are losing a sector.
That's interesting. This is one of the circumstances we might consider going for another unit. I know, you know, a lot of players do end up building their machine gun at around this timing. So it's kind of like a slightly different order of the usual 4 Gren, 1 MG42 start. This time you should get the MG42 last. I think Nagano. I saw Nagano do this a few times. So it's definitely viable at the highest level. But nothing from there on that front. Just kicking it with the 4 conscripts at this stage. Still see, you know, maybe about a minute away from the 222, maybe a bit more in terms of starting production on it.
Forces are securing our territory.
So it might have been worth considering going for an extra unit here in the meantime. Flamethrower working nicely there. I think maybe this was a slight error as well, trying to come out to both sides. You know, quite often when you get forced off like this in the early game, you are then, you know, running into units behind cover. It's very hard to win unless you have overwhelming number advantage. Just managed to win on this side, but got badly shut down on the other. Nothing to merge into this flamer though. It looks like these guys are pretty well spaced, maybe only 2 models taking damage from the flamer there. And now only 1 model, I believe. So the Grenadiers doing pretty well in that engagement. Often it's a tough one. But a Dishka coming out now for Ender. Has got his tier 2 up. But once that Dishka has gone for defensive, 222 could be in the build right now, and it did end up going for the MG42 quite late though. So maybe not realizing the circumstance of that late 222. So a couple just slight build order mistakes there. Wiring off these sandbags there, nicely done. Try to get some wire down on these sandbags as well. 42 just out of range over here. Got the LMG on these grenadiers, but just coming in from the other side. Just going to pin them real fast. Not going to be able to complete the capture. Grenadiers eventually forced away here, though. I thought they had a good chance of at least stalling out, maybe giving time for the 222 to arrive. Holding on to some ground over there. Not sure exactly how he handled that engagement, but it wasn't too well. Do have anti-tank grenades ticked by Ender, so, you know, Nier playing it safe. Which I think in this case is a good call. If the, you know, piles were over here, such that you could repair up the 222 immediately, if it did take an 18A, just like drive in there, try and maximize your damage. I could see it. But with the sweeper squad on the other side, or the repairs on the other side and low, you know, they have to come back to heal up probably. That's a very sensible play. You could still do it, maybe come in like wide, maybe come like around here. Come in and flank around the other side of the cover, but with all those pathfinding obstacles, maybe not the best on that area of the map. Just eventually getting forced away here. Got a pack in the build. All about popped out now. From there, maybe hasn't got the memo about using the Grenadier Faust range bulletin. It's strange not to see that. Although I think this is actually a Smurf account, so might not have that yet. Here comes T-70. Grenadiers though with the intercept, so can't get too close. Otherwise we'll get Fausted. This is risky stuff from the 222 though. One shot and he's dead. Trying to go for an attack ground there. The pack is somewhat nearby, but I would not have been going in with the 222 there. No chance. Also have to consider, you know, playing up against like a double combat engineer strategy with your single pioneer strategy. So generally the Soviet player is going to have easier access to repairs than you do. So oftentimes trading damage is just going to leave you off the field for much longer than it does for them.
MG42, our opponents are seizing a sector.
I think that's, you know, one of the big buffs to Soviets that it doesn't get talked about much, that the sweep upgrade, you know, they got the repair speed bonus from that as well as Ostheer. I think that really like lowers their light vehicle downtime. So I think what's partially made them so strong these last few patches. Pack probably should be killing these sandbags here. Definitely more of a nuisance. But here it goes, actually connecting on the T-70. Got a mortar out now for Ender. Sounds like just the regular mortar though, not the heavy mortar. G43's over here, getting some nice work done. 222 going in, but there is a mine over here.
The enemy has taken out the Y sector.
Oh, detected now. Could attack around that with the 222. Not sure what that pack's shooting at. Trying to kill off this heavy cover here. Very strange. But yeah, I definitely want to attack around that before I forget about it. You know, it's a bit risky, maybe running the pies forwards to... okay, there it goes. He did that in a very risky fashion, though. It almost triggered. Oh, 222 was on top of it. A second machine gun out now from Nier. It's really looking to get that team weapon lockdown going with the double MGs. So that mortar, a welcome sight. Dishka does tend to do pretty well in the MG head-to-head as well, so it's also a useful tool for Ender. I imagine he's probably going to be looking to get a anti-tank gun out next as well. Probably the Zis. Targeting, somewhat close to the medium tank face. Can help you against the 222, can barrage away those machine guns. And with the way that the fuel's... well, maybe. With the way the fuel's panning out, could be good to go for that, or maybe you fancy going for like a fast T-34. Those are two options.
Relief infantry is now available.
Suppression kicking in there. Ender a little bit slow to dodge back. Pack just out of range there, coming forwards again. Does end up getting suppressed on both these squads. They're trying to crawl out though. Might be successful depending on how long they're going to stay suppressed. So the Grenadiers not really pursuing. 222's on this side though. So far though, I think Ender hasn't even lost control of his fuel or his cutoff, so doing very well in that department. T-70 switching over now. You retreat on those conscripts, that's interesting. There we go, Grenadiers on the run. MG gonna reposition backwards with the pack on the other side of the map. Not much he can do against this T-70, so it was a pretty good idea to rotate the T-70 here. 222 with no support here. And yeah, kind of posturing that something's going to be coming to save the day, but definitely is not. Might have been close to Faust range there if he had that Faust range bulletin. Second Dishka for Ender. I think this might be a slight mistake. Don't think he's so far ahead in fuel that he can go for another machine gun here instead of the anti-tank gun. You see the Nier does have the tech up, just 20 fuel away from a Panzer IV. So second Dishka, I think, is a pretty big mistake at this point actually. Maybe, when things were a bit more in his favour, if you get the Dishka like as soon as you have the manpower for it, maybe press your advantage a little bit more. Slow down the fuel of Nier a bit more, and maybe then it starts to make a bit more sense. Yeah, this is bad news. Does have his tier 4 tech coming up though, so pretty close to his own tank.
We are losing territory.
But still, you kind of want an anti-tank gun to support. Don't really rely on the T-34 to win the head-to-head. Out there does decent damage. T-70 getting to work here. I haven't seen too much recon mode used so far from Ender as well. Maybe that's something that could be improved upon. Oh, this could be a wipe though. T-70 coming in for it. One more. Oh no. Doesn't quite get it. Pack lining up. Connects once. Away. Close call though. Nearly got it. Bit of a lucky break for Nier. None of those Grenadiers have the received damage bonus yet, so probably could have died quite easily there. He's trying to stall while the Dishka gets into position here. No, Dishka's line up on the Pios. bit indecisive with the Dishka. I think if it just set up and started firing on the Grenadiers, it would have been fine. Maybe he's worried about the riflenade. This is the squad that does have the LMG, so it does have that riflenade action. Going back around now, though, maybe to cover these G43s. A little bit slow setting up the Dishka, though. Now this one getting flanked and has to retreat. Grenade out. Kind of ran up to the north as they started their retreat. T-34 in the build for Ender, but still going to be about a minute. This Panzer IV in the field. No response, no AT gun. Getting close here. He's trying to lob out an anti-tank grenade. Might as well, he's got 300 plus munitions. This is where there should be a bunch of mines coming down, wiring off the cover. Oh, but there is a machine gun back there. I'm not sure if he's aware of that. Here comes 222, who's going to provide vision for it. Sandbags doing a good job here for Ender. Here comes T-34 now on prioritized vehicles as well. Ooh, close call running over his mine there. Could have got triggered by the 222. 222 just getting really aggressive. They're playing it safe though. You know, the pack's on the other side of the map. That could have been just like a straight up dead 222 if he responded in kind, but he wasn't going to take that risk. Here comes the pack now. Just about would have taken another shot there. Very, very close to it. Oh, close call on these combat engineers as well. They do survive. This is one of those maps where the mortar flares are very, very strong. So I can understand why Ender went for the regular mortar instead of the heavy mortar. And on top of that, you're firing off the flares to provide sight for the anti-tank overwatch. Powerful combination. Okay, battle phase 3 is done for Nier. Maybe thinking the Tiger next. Also has picked up his own mortar, so this is pretty much, you know, full vermucked composition while you stall for a Tiger. Maybe you could afford a second anti-tank gun. As a pop cap, then he wouldn't be able to afford the Tiger after that. But still might struggle against the vehicles of Ender with just what he's got here. If Ender does decide to, you know, go for another tank, safer choice is generally going for a Katyusha in this situation, though. Good hits in here. Molotov out.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Okay, here comes the T-34, sees the 222 back here, wants to go for the kill on that. Panzer IV is nearby. Gets around the corner. Keep break for the 222. Now backing off T-70 though, hanging about for a touch too long. Oh boy, Dishka goes down. Grenadiers coming in from the rear with a grenade. Now they're going in for the Faust as well. This is where not having the anti-tank grenade, anti-tank gun really backfiring on Ender. T-34 with his rear armor exposed and everything's bouncing off the Panzer IV right now. Everything bouncing. Maybe if that anti-tank grenade had got the engine crit, maybe he could have got it out of range. Oh, a couple good hits here from Ender. Oh, but the AT gun coming in from the side now. Hoping for this Grenadier kill. He's just Uraing in and he's dropped the anti-tank overwatch. He's coming in with the AT grenade. No. Here it is now. Nier maybe not noticing that the anti-tank Overwatch is running. Panzer IV stationary in it, and that's probably going to be a dead Panzer IV because of that. That was not good from Nier, not paying attention to that anti-tank Overwatch. Had a huge amount of breathing room to get out of there because Ender a little bit slow with the anti-tank grenades. But much needed for Ender. If he'd lost his tank there with and his Dushka potentially for nothing in return, that would have been devastating, but ends up picking up the Grenadier and the Panzer IV, so evening things out nicely. Here comes the pack now to try and kill off the decrewed weapon, but conscripts are there. Oh, and the suppressant doesn't kick in, so they don't get suppressed, but he merged into it. Why did he merge? Oh no. Why did he merge? That was so greedy.
T-34 ready for combat.
Point is ours.
I mean, the hotkey for merge. I mean, what was... It's not particularly close to retreat, is it?
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
What the hell, man? It's not like he only just started getting fired on. I mean, he's getting fired on the entire time by the MG42. This is dangerous stuff for Nier. It looks like maybe he's trying to continue with the Tiger stall. Still with the only one anti-tank gun to defend. Oh, no, he's got a second one actually. Rolling onto the field now.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Rebuild on the conscripts there. I think probably I wouldn't have bothered with the conscript rebuild. I would have gone for the Katyusha first. And then gone for the conscripts after that. Start getting that vet going. We get so many team weapons for Nier, so prime time, and you know, have the support. You know, got the T-70 recon for the spotting, got the mortar flare for the spotting. Katyusha should be very effective. Disco lining up there, doing some nice work. VP's starting to fall quite badly behind here for Nier. Double packs parked in the centre. And are pretty low on munitions now though. Had that big bank earlier, but blown through almost all of them. So quite some time before the next. Pack clearing off the heavy cover there. Mortars firing for both sides. Oof. And we do have Nier with enough for his own set of planes.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Pack advancing here, getting quite a few good hits in. The other pack though rotated off to the far side. Maybe expecting the T-70 to be down here, wasn't the case though. Just smoke out while he tries to cap, but mortar coming down, the Ostheer mortar as well as a grenade. Conscripts on the run though. It takes quite a while to start firing. Does end up getting suppressed though. And then Molotoved as well. But it looks like the Tiger stall's going to work out. Katyusha in the build now. But how helpful would that Katyusha have been against the this team weapon stall for the Tiger? Oh, gets suppressed. Good first burst action there. Just repositioning now, expecting the Grenadiers to come in and flank. Bit over 100 VPs behind. Not as bad as I was expecting, honestly, from Nier. He's done a pretty good job digging in on this side of the map. It's a crew with Pioneer models. Maybe. Oh boy. A little bit hairy there for Ender through the center. But gets away. Doesn't take too much damage. A lot of smoke coming out now. I think he does need to start using the flares a bit more from this mortar. Maybe saving them for the Katyusha, which is fresh on the field. Does not have a good answer to this Tiger though, having never built that Zis. And only the one T-34. But not too far away from being able to build maybe an SU-85. I think it has to be the SU-85. Maybe if you had a load of munitions for the anti-tank Overwatch. Get something going. He's got the flare up. He's got the Katyusha barrage coming down. Reasonably long-range Katyusha though. Quite a lot of scatter on this one. Doesn't end up hitting too much. Tiger getting quite aggressive now. Quite risky though, pushing forwards here without any sweepers. Crush, not quite able to get it going, but does force the retreat quite early on. And here he goes, he's dropping in the planes, getting very aggressive with this Tiger now. And the Dishka just gets annihilated. Huge hits there from the Tiger. SU-85 in the build for Ender. Tiger getting mega aggressive. This is crazy though. Easily could be mines just all over the show. T-34 a little bit isolated. Stuck out to the side here. Tiger crushing through the shrubbery. Going in for the kill. T-34 has to be careful. Has to come down here. If he goes back through here, the planes might have just timed out. Tiger just needs one more shot. He's going in for the ram. Ends up connecting with it just as the tank ends up dying, but no penetration. So with the SU-85 arriving, he's not going to be able to like chase that down and kill it. SU-85 rolling up now. So maybe it would have been the better option for Ender to have just gone straight for the SU-85. You know, you kind of have to figure, you hadn't seen a rebuild on the Panzer IV. It's probably going to be a heavy tank stall. Oh, this could be nasty. Very quick reactions though from Nier. And he dropped 2 models to that. SU-85 backing all the way out. So yeah, I think the ideal circumstance would have been no rebuild on the conscripts. Katyusha then into SU-85 and then maybe into conscript after that. But it's not a huge deal. Still working out all right at the moment. Has lost a bit of his VP lead though now, down to just about 90 points instead of 140, I think it was. Making heavy use of that mortar smoke. There's the T-70. Okay, it's coming out now. And is saving those munis, getting ever so close to the anti-tank Overwatch again. But we also have the planes ready to go for Nier again. You can see he hasn't been that aggressive with the grenades over the last few minutes. Assisting with the munis. Getting saved up. Oh boy, T-70 in some big trouble. Good target weak point there, but all the attack grounds missing. T-70 able to get out. Panzerwerfer next from Nier. That's interesting. I don't think I agree with that actually. Against most Soviet opponents, you'll be up against like a double Zis at this stage, so I can definitely understand it. Oh, he gets away. Very lucky breaks here for Ender. Here comes the Katyusha now onto the pack though. He's under some Dishka fire. No, that's actually shooting at the Tiger. So far the Katyusha not working out. Too well. Pretty well targeted, I think, a lot of them, but Nier very quick on the dodge. The scats are not quite lining up.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
Okay, that's the last one.
Quite a lot of those barrages have been with vision as well. Oh boy, this is no good. Tiger coming in. Being very aggressive. He knows he's got the planes to keep this maneuver safe. But Werfer into base movement here. S-285 fires. Tiger's barrel facing the wrong direction. He's coming in with the T-34. Maybe we've got to look for some ram shenanigans.
Our foes have 300 points remaining.
Oh, great attack round there. Finds the AT gun. Is that a risk of getting decrewed? And Nier has to give up the chase. If he dropped the planes down, you know, if they locked onto the S-285, there's a very high chance he'd actually get the kill on it. He's playing it very safe, backing all the way out. And they're going to be able to push back onto the field. There's a lot of repairs to do on that S-285 still, though. 0 kills from their Werfer on the first strike. Katyusha about ready to go again. He's moving further forwards to try and tighten up the scatter. Mortar popping off a barrage here, not the flare. Just hitting recon mode, spotting the machine gun.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Does end up forcing the retreat.
Yes, comrade.
S-285 healthy again. Tiger just about healthy as well. Only a 50 or so VP lead now for Ender though. Conscript's going to struggle against G43s in close like this. So they throw out a Molotov. Tiger on this side as well. So the packs. Bit of a traffic jam there. Tiger getting aggressive. S-285 bouncing. Here comes the Katyusha.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Chasing away these sweepers. A lot of smoke down from Ender again. S-285 connecting. Pack pushing up here, but we've got the Dishka doing big damage. Pack has to back out. This AT gun actually still very low in health. Maybe didn't back it all the way back to the healing last time it took damage to Katyusha. Meanwhile, with that barrage, didn't get much done either. Tiger getting some great hits. Look at that, 25 kills on that already. That Tiger is going to town this game. A little bit too far back. He's put it on focus sight mode, which probably shouldn't be necessary with the T-70 on recon mode right next to the S-285 as well. Bouncing though. And here we go. Planes dropped in. Got to get off focus sight mode as fast as possible. The pack connects for one more shot. Fires out the back, providing vision. Oh, this is trouble for Ender. He does have enough munis for his own anti-tank overwatch. Oh, the Katyusha in harm's way here. But the Tiger maybe doesn't see it. Conscript's going to get in there for an anti-tank grenade. Oh, he's got the rear armor exposed. The anti-tank overwatch is hammering down now. T-34 coming in. I think he needs maybe 2 shots from that to finish the job. The pack gets decrewed somehow, maybe from collateral damage. And the anti-tank overwatch and the main gun crit on the Tiger denies it any further damage on the T-34. Oh, pack decrewed. Both packs decrewed. T70 coming in now. Maybe Ender could go for the steal on this.
Ready to advance rapidly.
Not sure what that Katyusha barrage is targeting. How quickly things went south there for Nier. Ooh! That Tiger, that anti-tank Overwatch, so strong against a heavy tank with engine crits that is not fast enough to dodge out of it in time. And the thing with this is, you know, you can drop it down anywhere. You don't need vision from where you're trying to plant it. You just need vision for it to activate, kind of like zeroing artillery. It means you can, you know, drop it very deep into enemy territory after snaring them quite far forwards and make it very difficult
Forces are securing our
for them to get
territory.
away from. Makes it so powerful. I didn't realise, but Ender going for another Dishka here.
We are losing territory.
Let's have this one available for the recrew though, still. And now things are looking very comfortable for Ender. You know, managed to pick up an anti-tank gun. He's got a good composition of armor. He didn't lose anything really in that last skirmish. So he's in a good position to get things going again. Start working on this VP counter. Still has that Katyusha, though
The enemy is reduced.
hasn't had much success with it. T70 doing some nice work there. Rebuild pack from Nier. It looks like he's going to try to go for the rebuy on the Tiger. Close to the resources for it. Oh, snare. This could be trouble for the T70. The pack. Oh, he does get it. There you go. You got to be careful.
We are suffering
Katyusha barrage onto the pack though. Pretty good connection. Nearly getting the decrew. Not quite though. Oh, so close. Scripts just crawling in here, maybe hoping to come out of suppression, not happening though. Yeah, it's a pretty big deal losing the T70, you know, the recon mode is so powerful. What's that Werfer been doing? Has it fired a second barrage yet? I don't think so. It's a snare through there. Yeah, doing a pretty good job though of limiting the VP bleed while all this is going on without the Tiger on the field. And here it comes. Rebuild on the Tiger. Rebuild on the second pack now as well. Using that T70, definitely slowing the momentum of Ender. There's the Werfer, close ranger. Just get dodging out to the side. Doesn't take much from it. But might allow these grenadiers to come through here for the grenade while they're pinned. No grenade. It's really 5 missing. There's the pack again. Trying to get the snare off, not going to happen. And not quite there for another anti-tank Overwatch, especially if you want to throw an anti-tank grenade first. Oh, this could be bad news for this grenadier. The T-34 is not going to try focus it down though. Staying on this grenadier instead, which is hanging about, overstaying its welcome quite badly, and down it goes. I feel like that's probably like the first sloppy loss near this game. Pretty sharp play from both players so far. Just out the back. No more to flares though. I think he needs to tighten up the scatter. I do think he can really do with some flares. You know, it was pretty well on target on the pack and it didn't dodge it the entire time, but he lost a quarter of its health from that barrage. Meanwhile, the Soviet mortar continues to get these nice hits going. Ostheer wanted coming out to do some capping. Nier feeling maybe a little bit desperate. The Soviet pack over here. Missing its shot. Now some smoke out. S-35 advancing. Double packs over here though. This is very risky for Ender, and he's on focus sight mode. Where's he going with this Su-85? Oh no! Oh boy, that is bad news. Yeah, that is mega dead. Could be the death of this pack now as well, but it looks like the Tiger's going to play it safe and back off. I'm worried about the anti-tank Overwatch. If he tried to press forwards and kill that. Clumsy stuff there from Ender though, losing that S-35, just donating it. I think maybe his own smoke backfiring on him there. Gave some kind of command to the S-35 and it wanted to charge into the smoke or something. Molotov coming through there. He's off the VP capture, looking for the triple cap. 34 oh, gets a little bit close there. Oh boy, and then he backs into the hedgerow. And he loses the T-34. Bit of a pathing hiccup there. Ooh, lucky break. Conscript's nearly dead. Couple big losses there though for Ender. He looked like he was, you know, taking control of this match with that Grenadier kill, but now just donating both of his tanks. He's also dying there to the G43s on retreat. Pack didn't get healed up. A little bit risky. Tiger could kill it quite easily. And going for a rebuild on the T-34 first. That's interesting. I feel like the Tiger's the more pressing issue at this stage than the infantry. Probably would have built Su-85 first here. Still have the double discus to deal with the infantry and the Katyusha, so that'll be my preference. Still using this pack on low health as well, which is quite risky. You know, there is that whiff on the field, you have to respect it. Could easily, you know, lose his pack and then end up getting it killed. So Ender looking to maybe gear up for a bit of anti-tank Overwatch action. Big hits in there from the Tiger though. Soviet pack bouncing. Grenadier's getting in deep here. Ender doesn't have the defences in position. Just not quite on angle. Some pretty good damage done though. Close range there. Nearly gets the green wipe. There's a whiff, I'm guessing, on this Dishka. It's out of there without too much trouble. 3 kills. Tiger exposing his rear armor. Conscript's coming in with the Ura. Slightly awkward fashion in which he's backing away here. He's dropped down the anti-tank Overwatch, but he didn't get the anti-tank grenade off. He didn't get the 18 nade off, and he's lost vision now. Okay, so close call there for Nier. Down out the back. Pack just hangs in there though. Oh, the pack though getting decrewed by the Pios. Tiger's still too low to come up and kill this off. Looks like the Ostheer pack's not going to try to kill it either. Double discus there, he knows it's time to get out. Still, you know, stalled out on the VPs at this stage though. MG didn't get completely destroyed. A Brombeer from Nier, that's very unusual. Another T-34 for Ender, so not going to go for those SU-85 options. Maybe he feels comfortable with the flanking and anti-tank Overwatch maneuvers. Doesn't have the munitions for that though for quite some time. But yeah, the Brumbier not really going to be able to fight back too well against these T-34s. It's going to come down to anti-tank gun positioning for Nier. It's been okay so far. But not incredible. More rounds coming down across the map. Bit of attack round work there. Ender backing off though. Katyusha pushing forwards. I think maybe he's hoping for a barrage on this. He's coming out, looking to sweep off that mine. Do manage to do so, mid-retreat. Oh, there we go. Big Katyusha barrage into the smoke, and the pack goes down. Can he kill it off, though? The smoke stopping his own pack from destroying it. This is actually a creeping barrage, I think, from Ender. Catches the machine gun further back as well. Tiger threatening to come in there. Did it just shoot at the Katyusha? And miss? Nier activating relief infantry. Maybe a little bit too late though. Ender trying to go for the steal on the second AT gun. No machine gun upgrade on the Brumbier yet. Still good enough to get the decrew, but the packs there getting a couple shots in. Greeny's coming in from the side. Quite aggressive with the Tiger combining now. Big damage. Ender still ages away in terms of munitions from the anti-tank Overwatch. And the Tiger getting very aggressive. The Brumbier coming in. He's dropped down the planes now to try and make this safer for the Tiger. Grenadiers, where's the Faust? Where's the Faust from these Grenadiers? T-34 is just coming in from multiple angles on the Tiger. There goes one T-34, the other one shot. The Tiger though, why did it back this direction? Oh no! Oh boy! T-34 manages to knock out the Werfer at least, but the Tiger does survive. Oh, but the Brumbier, he just forgot about it completely. It runs into the pack and it dies. Ender looking to recover as many of these decrew team weapons as the dust settles from that fight. Did manage to get one squad of Ostroupen from the relief infantry with all that chaos. But now Ender going to be able to, knock out the decrew packs. Maybe recover his Dishka. So definitely coming out pretty good from that. I think Nier not snaring that T-34 just exposed himself to so much more damage. Ender playing it quite boldly as well, just driving right past the planes. So that will end up working out pretty well. But if that snare comes through, that T-34 that he didn't snare, I think got like maybe one or two rearmor hits in. Definitely wouldn't have happened with the engine crits. So making use of the creeping barrage again. Rebuild on the T-34 now.
HMG crew is ready.
Got the double AT guns now though, so it's going to be a lot easier to handle the Tiger.
Enemy fire!
Coming in for the steal on the MG42 as well. Oh boy. So all the team weapons in Ender's hands now. Why were the Ostroupen so slow getting onto the front lines? I feel like there's no way Ender should have been able to steal away that MG42.
T-34 ready for combat.
Yeah, Nier, no Grenadiers anymore. All of them dead. Just kind of everything riding on this Tiger. Doesn't have very good support for it. God, a lot of manpower. Could rebuild another anti-tank gun. Probably needs to, but hasn't done so yet. He's going for another machine gun.
We have taken the enemy down to 50 points.
Very aggressive here. Some pretty good hits in. Oh boy, what's he doing here? He's exposing his rear armor. The conscript's getting the anti-tank grenade off, but it's not enough damage. So no engine crit. Good merge in, keeping that pack healthy. T-34 getting aggressive, but this pack's under pressure from the fresh Panzer IV. That gets decrewed. Tiger taking a lot of frontal pins though from the T-34. Panzer IV now maybe hoping for the T-34 kill. Starting to back off here. Conscripts trying to jump on the decrewed weapon, it looks like. Panzer IV doesn't quite have the machine gun upgraded yet. So struggling for the decrew, but does end up getting it. Throw off the AT nade, not quite getting the snare. Machine gun getting molotoved. No attack round work from Ender, but he's setting up for it now, but connects with the wrecked weapon. Ooh, there we go. That's the big COH2 barrage. He tried for that a couple times. He did get decrewed though. Oh, and some big damage on the Tiger from those rockets. Coming up for a couple hits on the P4. Missing though. Another machine gun from Nier. I'll jump on this one. Delays repairs on the Tiger though to do that. Panzer IV coming through again. Packer's there and it's Vet 2 as well. Panzer IV might be biting off more than it can chew here. And even he backs off. Oh, lucky break though. No attack round work there from Ender. Oh my, the pathing. Not going too well there for Nier. The T-34 stayed in. The rear arm exposed like that. That was an easy kill. But Ender, I guess, just feels like he's got the VP win in the bag. Doesn't want to just go in for a very risky move. Throw the game. Backing off here. And the repairs on the Tiger just so slow coming through. Might be time for Nier to get the second machine gun that's on the far side involved with one of these pushes. Discus coming across for it. COH2 barrage opening up. Smoke out as well. Dodging out to the side here. This is just a regular barrage. Just gonna get close enough to Molotov here. Nope, they managed to oorah around the side even better. So yeah, 18 VPs left. It doesn't look good. Tiger has vet 3 now. UG in here trying to do some capping and Dishka retreating. Might open up the neutralize at least. But lost control down the bottom. Pack pushing in. Jams the capture with the pack and gets some damage on the Tiger as well. T-34 takes care of that. Not able to get the cap going. The Ostheer not powerful enough against the Vet 3 conscripts. Looks like they're not in cover there somehow as well. So that's going to do it for Nier. Poof, back and forth on this one. Some bold Tiger plays there from Nier. Just about getting his way back into that, but not quite. And just about through that game with the SU-85 just charging in, dying. Almost lost it there. I do think, you know, the second Dishka, that late timing was a little bit risky as well instead of an anti-tank gun, but ended up working out okay. Panzer IV didn't do too much before the T-34 arrived. So it worked out, fine. But yeah, some just good action here between the two. got very hectic during that big fight, but as the dust settled, Ender just had team weapons was slightly more on his side and had more squads available to recrew them, so just pulled so far ahead at the end. Nier unable to come back. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like Good Game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.